Welcome to Recently Logged, the show where I was supposed to be a mainstay about a year ago, but hey, look where we are now. Answer for your crimes, Robbie.
I cannot. Alas, I have no answer.
You cannot.
There are no answers that would justify this.
Hey, if in doubt, blame time zones.
Yeah, there you go. I was explaining that to Micah earlier. I was like, the whole time zone thing really complicates everything when it comes to recording.
Yeah, it's such a pain.
That's why universal time zones should just be a thing.
There you go.
If it's dark, in the morning, then boo-hoo.
You Americans, you go to bed when the sun is directly over you, and then you wake up in the dark, and we're gonna stay as is because we're in the middle of the world. We're 0-0 suckers, so we get to keep our time.
There you go.
And then everyone in Europe are fine, they're only a little, like an hour or so either way, and it's, they're chill. But you guys, Australia, China, that lot, you suffer.
Hey man, I like nighttime, so I think this is the proper system we should move to.
Oh, see, I hate nighttime, so yes, it is the proper system we should move to.
There you go.
This is Micah from the Beyond to give you the basic facts, or rather another recording time. We didn't really have time when we recorded with Luke to do this or the what we watched, so we're just going to do these real quick to where you have all the information you need.
Indeed.
All right, so this week we're talking about Muppets Most Wanted. It came out in 2014. It is rated PG. It's an hour and 47 minutes. Its little IMDb description is, while on a grand world tour, the Muppets find themselves wrapped into a European jewel heist caper headed by a Kermit the Frog lookalike and his dastardly sidekick.
Wow.
And that about sums it up.
Outstanding.
It didn't win any major awards. Its cast features Ricky Gervais, Ty Burrell, Tina Fey, Steve Whitmire, Eric Jacobson, Dave Goelz, and many others. It's a big cast. It's the Muppets.
Yeah.
Directed by James Bobin.
James Bobin.
That's what I'm going to go with. Written by James Bobin and Nicholas Stoller.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think that's about it. We go over a couple trivia bits throughout the episode as we talk through.
That is true. That is true.
Enjoy the rest of our stuff, and we'll see you in the end.
In the
end.
Wow. Ominous. All right. Well, do you wanna go ahead and go over your opening thoughts for Muppets Most Wanted, Luke? Kick us off.
Not really, but I'll do it.
do it anyway, Luke.
Muppets Most Wanted is the most 3 out of 5 to ever 3 out of 5.
I wholeheartly agree.
It's the most bang average, but not terrible thing I've ever seen, and I've watched it too many times, but I kind of love it because it's got the things I like in it. Like Walter, we know Walter from 2 years ago. And we know Kermit. Yeah. Go Kermit.
He's kind of there for a couple minutes.
Yeah. I like Ricky Gervais, who, if they put in a Muppet film now, they'd be cancelled for.
Probably so.
Ricky Gervais is my favourite comedian. Come get me. Twitter. Yeah. I like Ricky Gervais. It's a shame he isn't swearing in this, cause or making fun of Americans or something.
I was about to say,
Let
Luke,
him say what he wants to say.
Do you think this movie would be better if it was rated R?
Ricky could go off any way he
Rated
wanted
R.
to.
Rated R, written by Ricky Gervais.
Okay,
Yes.
but while we were watching this for the first time, when Constantine like attacks everybody out of the prison, I was like, I want like a rated R cut of this where like there's just a ton of blood and gore as he's just like attacking all of these people.
Karate chopping people's heads off.
Exactly.
You know, just
exactly.
Whack. Drop. It's just, you know. Oh, what's his name? It's Danny something. Danny, prison guy. Ah.
Oh, Danny
I want to say
Trejo.
Danny DeVito, but it's not.
Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of times he's just played himself but murderer, I'm starting to get suspicious.
I loved that his character was literally just called Danny Trejo in this movie.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I mean,
yeah,
like he literally just does
the character
himself.
he plays most often.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, do you have anything else you wanted to add in your opening remarks, Luke?
Yes, there's probably something. Hold on.
Okay. We're waiting with bated breath.
They didn't need to make the Muppets this stupid. I really hate that all the Muppets are
Yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah,
That was
I
It
agree
really
with that.
bugs me. If I could change one thing, it would just have the Muppets be have a bit more agency and not just the animal.
yeah.
And like, fine, Walter's been there for like a week. Sure, I'll take it. But Walter's suspicious from the beginning.
Exactly.
And goes with it because he doesn't know the Muppets. Walter is in character. Animal is in character. Fozzie's a idiot. Sorry, I don't know what I'm allowed to say. Fozzie is a blimmin' idiot, but lucks out, ending up on the right side. Miss Piggy annoys the hell out of me.
Oh man, yeah.
She's awful.
And like all of the other Muppets, all of the Muppet mainstays who don't notice, nah,
Yeah,
I hate them.
that's fair. That's fair.
It's the worst thing. It's the worst thing in this film where they just, haha, we're stupid. See, bad guy, bad G, haha. So I hate it. I genuinely hate the character assassination in this. Anyway, Robbie, what do you think?
Ooh.
What are your initial opinionisms?
If I had to sum it up, I think I would kind of agree with a lot of what you said. I think it's like a pretty aggressively mediocre film without dipping into bad film territory. I do wish the Muppets had a bit more agency in Muppets Most Wanted. But I don't know what else to add. I guess the plot feels a lot more tedious than it should, in my opinion. For a Muppets movie, I feel like it shouldn't be this much of a drag to get through as much plot as they have.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think a lot of the jokes hit pretty well. I said about a third of them don't in my review, I think. And it has like 2 or 3 really solid songs. But outside of that, there's not much to write home about. But what did you think of Muppets Most Wanted, Micah?
What did I think?
Yeah.
So,
Can I just jump in and say something?
Yeah, sure.
I'm in a queue for a PS5, yay.
Ooh.
As you were.
Nice.
but yeah, for me, like I really didn't want to watch Muppets Most Wanted. I put it off for like forever because A, they cut out Amy Adams as a character, and B, they added Ricky.
Oh, the body doubles at the beginning.
Or however you say his name, I don't even know. I'm not
Jason
British.
Segel.
Oh man, Jason Segel. I was so sad to see Jason Segel and Amy Adams gone.
Oh, and the body double is so terrible
They
as well.
are.
They are.
They just got a tall guy.
But B, like adding Ricky Gervais as your second, like as one of the main characters, and then C, I hate plots of like, again, kind of like what you guys mentioned, like characters kind of being stupid or like misunderstanding or like somebody gaslighting somebody into something. I really hate plots like that overall. And I looked at this.
It's not even a good plan.
Right? I was like, what is their plan
it's so
from the
dumb.
beginning?
It's so annoying.
And that really got me to not want to watch it for essentially ever since it came out.
Yeah.
And
yeah. I'm position 21,000, by the way.
I had heard some songs from it, and like the songs I had heard were pretty good, and then it turns out those were like the only 3 good songs in the movie.
Yeah. So there's the first one. We're doing a sequel, and when we get into main discussion, I have a lot of things to say about that one song.
Okay.
We've also got Together Again, great song.
Yeah.
And then there's the You're Number 2, I'm Number 1 song, which is okay, and like it's probably me party level, but it's better than any of the other songs, other than the other 2 I just mentioned. Like,
yeah.
Like me party is funny bad, and I think in a good Muppet film, You're Number 2, I'm Number 1 song is such a me party level song. But,
it really is.
Yet it's still better. This film is crying out for like 2 or 3 me party songs instead of. Cause I'd rather it be bad and memorable than. Wait, there were more than 2 songs in this?
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to Micah while we were watching it. Actually, when I'm Number 1 came on, they started doing the number and everything. I was like, this feels like a deleted scene that I'm watching right now. Like it feels like it should have been cut or something. You know? It's
a lot
weird.
of the songs feel like those songs that you would find that didn't,
like on the bonus features or something.
Didn't quite make it.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
In fact, this entire movie kind of feels like that, like Muppet movie bits that just didn't make it into 2011. And apparently one of the songs straight up, I was just looking at the IMDb trivia for it, apparently one of the songs straight up was supposed to be in Muppets 2011, but they didn't think people would get the bit. The one with Miss Piggy and Kermit's imagined children.
Oh, wow. Really?
Oh.
That's wild. I love the little Muppet babies in this, though. I thought that was pretty good.
But yeah, I think at the end of the day, I really like that this movie still... It's way too long, but I like that it still has a pretty decent chunk of Muppet's heart. You get that through, I said in my review, especially towards the end half... You get like the Muppets' heart of the story coming through. You feel like, yeah, it's the Muppets, and you get more Walter content, which the world needs more Walter content.
It's true.
Well, Walter is probably the least assassinated character in this film.
Exactly.
Him and Animal. And Animal, I am not the biggest Animal fan. I liked his chemistry with Jack Black in the last one. They got rid of Jack Black, which... no one likes that. Everyone loves Jack Black. You don't get rid of Jack Black. What are you doing? Jack Black, I'd almost rather Jack Black played the Ricky Gervais role, because Ricky Gervais, he shines when he's doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
But Ricky Gervais is clearly here for a quick paycheck, and no.
Yeah.
Dude, the way his character...
That's not Ricky Gervais.
The way the character, like, lemur reveal and the way he just kind of putters out, I was like, this is so weird, but yet it makes so much sense just for, like, Ricky Gervais villain character. Like, to just completely putter out. No conclusion to his character.
Yeah.
Yeah. I almost wish the double cross had worked.
I know, right? I was thinking that at the end.
I think that would have been better. I was watching that going, I can't remember this. Does the double cross work? And then...
Like, he's like, I'm the lemur, I'm double crossing you, and then gets pushed out of the helicopter.
Yeah, just buttoned by Russian Kermit.
Because the entire thing is building you up to that point that, like, obviously, like, the whole point of the number 1, number 2 song is that Ricky is not too happy about being number 2 and he's doing all of the work. And it feels like a natural story writing thing.
Away.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a plot here.
But
exactly.
If you can't imagine, I gave this movie 3 stars.
I also gave it 3 stars.
I am yet to review it again. I'm either going to give it 3 stars or 3.5 stars. But the longer I've been thinking about it, it's definitely a 3 or 2.5 stars.
Yeah,
So 3 stars.
And if you can't guess, its average on Letterboxd is 3 stars.
It's got a 3.0 average, surprisingly.
Really, does it?
Yeah.
It has a... Oh, man. That's amazing.
But yeah, do we have any like questions to move into a main?
Yeah, I actually had an opening question, to kick us off. Who is your favorite non-Muppets like character in this movie? Because there's quite a few like celebrity performances and some cameos. You got Tina Fey, Ty Burrell, and Ricky Gervais as like the main human characters. Gervais.
American stunk.
Okay, this is how I'm remembering it since Luke told me.
Okay.
Ricky is a vase.
Ricky is a vase. There you go.
Still better than Gervais.
But yeah, what did you think of the human characters in this movie? Because I think some of their performances kind of don't mesh as well as Amy Adams and Jason Segel's did in the 2011 one. So I was just curious what you guys thought of the main cast of people.
Well, I have something specific to say about this. So I really liked Tina Fey's character, and I really liked Ty Burrell's character. But I think, and I think this plays to the biggest problem with the whole movie. Like you were just saying, none of it connects. This movie doesn't connect in any way. Like none of the tissues, all the different plot elements, all the different areas, while they connect, they don't feel like they should be part of the same movie.
Yeah, they just feel kind of disjointed.
The prison stuff and the world tour stuff is so different. I can't stand it. It's 2 different films happening here.
Yeah,
and like the Tina Fey character, I really like the stuff that happens in the prison. The songs aren't the greatest, but like it's fun, and I really like Ty Burrell's character and the song he has with Sam.
Ty Burrell's great in this.
I love Ty Burrell in this. I had not seen him in very much.
Actually, you know what I will praise, and I'm going to praise a song that I didn't even mention. I like the interrogation song.
I love the
interrogation song.
I don't think it's a great song. It's not very memorable, but what it is an amazing scene that just happens to be a song. But it's not a very memorable song, but it's a great scene. And I also quite like Tom Hiddleston. I think he's good in this.
I think my favorite cameo straight up was Saoirse Ronan, though, even though she's only here for like 5 seconds.
Saoirse Ronan is in like a grand total of 4 shots in this movie, Micah. How are you going to single her out?
Okay, but listen, they took away Amy Adams. They took away Amy Adams from my Muppets and gave me no replacement.
I feel the same. I lost my Jason Segel, and I've got nothing else. I've got no... I'm looking for a Jason Segel alternative, and I've got nothing. Tom Hiddleston, maybe.
Maybe.
Toby Jones. He was in this. I didn't even notice until I saw him stuck to a wall. You know who was also good? Christoph Waltz.
Yeah.
I liked the gag. I liked the gag of Christoph Waltz doing a waltz.
No, it was actually good.
That's a funny joke. That got a laugh at me.
That's the thing about this movie is like it's way too long and the plot doesn't really connect in any way, but a lot of its bits and jokes and the occasional song are like really like very Muppets-y and funny. Like even Stanley Tucci like trying to gun down Kermit is hilarious for no reason.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That was pretty good.
Like it feels so sad that this isn't like it's a very and it's a fun movie to watch, but it feels sad to me that like it's just so not good in so many ways. Like it just doesn't come together in any good cohesive way as a story.
Yeah, it doesn't handle its plot as well as it should. It doesn't structure it in a way that flows very well, is one of its biggest problems.
I mean, why were they even trying to steal the crown jewels?
No, they don't give away. I'm sorry, I just need something. For future, something I want to talk about.
Okay.
I got up the lyrics. I'm such a child. I got up the lyrics that we're doing a sequel because I had a joke about Micah being a pretentious, and we'll get there eventually. And I googled the lyrics, and these are part of the official lyrics on. I'm not going to say them out loud because they're bad. But these are, when you Google the lyrics, this part of the lyrics.
All right, we're looking at it right now. Oh my gosh! Wow, that's the most British thing you've ever sent me, Luke.
Wait, what was No.
Wow. Okay, guys, if you want to see what Luke is talking about, there's a very British term in the lyrics. If you scroll down, that's funny. Oh, but speaking of the lyrics, though, what is your guys' favorite song? If you had to pick a favorite song from this, because it is a musical, much like the 2001. We're doing a sequel.
It's gotta be we're doing a sequel.
Solid pick, honestly.
You know, we're doing a sequel is actually like it's a good song for sure, but like it's not something that I actually I mean, none of these songs stand out as too memorable for me, and even that didn't. But the song that actually stood out the most to me, and it may be just because I heard it beforehand, like I had heard this song a while ago, and when it played, I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot this song existed for one, but like I really liked this song, is actually the Interrogation song. I really like just how it flows and how it sounds, and I think it's funny, and no, it's not very memorable, but I wouldn't call any of these songs especially memorable.
Yeah, definitely.
No, I think we're doing a sequel is okay. I'm about to make a claim is other than Rainbow Connection is the greatest Muppet song of all time.
Ooh, that is a bold claim.
That's a very bold claim.
I think you have a ground for it, though. Like you got Lady Gaga on it for some reason.
Yeah, she's just there.
She's just standing there. But yeah, no, it's got a lot of good bits. I really like a lot of the visual creativity for that scene.
I don't know, Luke. You're saying it might just be better than Oscar award winning song Man or Muppet.
Man or Muppet.
Ooh, Man or Muppet.
Oh, that. No, but Man or Muppet is like an actual song. Man or Muppet is a song, and it's an amazing song. But this is just a Muppet. This is a song that has as many bits in it as possible, and obviously there's a ton of superior songs, but as a Muppet song, as a way to intro your film, nothing gets better than this. I don't think
I
anything
would agree with
touches.
I think it works a lot better than Life's a Happy Song or whatever in terms of an intro song for the Muppets.
Oh, definitely.
I love Life's a Happy Song.
Well, so do I. I like all the songs from 2011, arguably except for Me Party.
Wait. No, you don't. There's a song you forgot about. There's a song you forgot about in there.
What song did I forget?
Remember what is his name? Texas Richmond.
No, Tex Richmond, Mr. Texas T. People call him rich because he's got his money. He's got more green than Vincent Van Gogh. He makes his baker bake his bread out of dough. That is gold, Luke.
I was listening to Muppet songs on Spotify a couple months ago, and I just sort of listened to them at random. And then we got to this one, and I was just, wait, oh yeah, this exists, and it's long. It's like a 4-minute song.
I know the words to the entire song, Luke.
I swear.
I don't worry. I know every line of Life's a Happy Song off by head. Easy. I could just recite Life's a Happy Song whenever I wanted to.
Same. I mean, I just did Man or Muppet for my theater audition. I know the Muppets 2011 songs so well.
Yeah, we used to bump that soundtrack all the time.
Micah, when Robbie off and it's me and you doing this. We're gonna do a duet of Man or a Muppet.
I will do it. I will do it.
Usher in the new era with music.
I'm me and you, and it's gonna be on Spotify, and it's gonna be on all of the platforms, and we're gonna become billionaires.
There we go. Boom. Plan.
That's our get rich quick scheme. We need to wait till Robbie sorts off, because if we don't, he'll get a third of the money instead of...
I'll cut in on the royalties, baby.
Exactly. Once he leaves, we have to completely redesign, so we're using none of his work.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, wait, why did Recently Logged move all of its content over to Off the Mark, and then we drop a hit single? It's like, I get it. That's why.
I think it's actually interesting though, because we ended up talking about like Muppets 2011 songs, which I think is interesting enough because I think this entire movie just does a thing where it reminds you of the very presence of Muppets 2011. And it just is dwarfed completely. Yeah. Like, you're like, oh, Muppets Most Wanted, you mean that sequel to Muppets 2011?
Yeah.
Like, it just goes to show you, I don't think a single song... I can see what you mean by we're doing a sequel being, like, such a great introduction to the Muppets in terms of, like, actual Muppet songs. It's got great bits. It's really fun. Visually, it's great. But I don't think a single song in the entire... like movie does it for me the way the Muppets 2011 does. Like, the Muppets 2011 feels like such an elevated production versus this. It's so insane.
Yeah, but like behind Muppets 2011, I'm not sure if you know this, but Jason Segel had quite a large hand in making that film, and he was completely off this one. There's no credit of him in this entire film.
Dang.
And I think you can tell.
Yeah.
When he grew up, I was watching an interview he did a couple months back, and it's this hour-long interview. He grew up loving puppets. All he wanted was to bring back the Muppets, and it's so clear that he got exactly what he wanted. And I just wish he was on the creative team for this.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to where he wasn't involved at all. And I mean, like, again, they didn't even get them for the body stand.
Like, I think he would have come back if it were offered, but. Even to just an extent, even just to, you're going to get a 5-second cameo where you're on the wall at the end, and you're also your own body stand-in, and just I think he would have come back, but Disney probably saw him as a one and done. Look, he's here now. He's not. We don't need him anymore. Let's have a new set of human characters. Let's have a script. Another sitcom guy, Ty Burrell, because we can't get Neil Patrick Harris, and we'll get that one woman off of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think she's on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, maybe.
Tina Fey?
I don't
know. Maybe I think you're thinking of 30 Rock.
Yeah,
maybe
she's on 30 Rock.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well.
She might have been. Yeah, who knows?
But no, it's really interesting to me because I feel like the Muppets as a whole, like as an entire being, has suffered a lot from Disney's recent control of it. I mean, we just talked about Muppets Haunted Mansion, and I think that was genuinely like good. I don't want to get into that, but like Muppets Now. And like the Muppets Office parody thing, like it's weird the direction they took the Muppets, and it comes through in this. Like you said, almost every star in it is like a weird like almost every star is from a sitcom, and like they tried to literally do a Muppets sitcom, and even Muppets Now plays with this like really weird fourth wall breaking of their own show.
I hate it. I hate Muppets Now.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
It's weird the direction that it seems Disney just wants to take the Muppets. That feels so not Muppet.
Yeah, it's not. 2011 Muppets, I think, it's the best thing that could have happened to the Muppets, but it also meant Disney thought, oh, the Muppets sell.
Yeah.
And they didn't really think about what about the Muppets sells. And the really special thing about the Muppets is essentially everything about 2011 is the Muppets.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 2000...
Everything about that film's perfect.
and it captured so much of what made, like, and same with Muppets Haunted Mansion, they both captured a lot of what made, like, old Muppets that I grew up watching even so good. Like, Muppets Haunted Mansion captured that kind of weird parody thing that the Muppets used to do for TV specials, and, like, just the energy of the show and the old like movies and everything, like Muppets Take Manhattan and like Muppets from Outer Space, like that's the kind of stuff those are the movies we grew up watching, and we hadn't really gotten any Muppets content like that until Muppets 2011, like in years.
I think Muppets 2011 actually does that sort of, it does the look, what if the Muppets were real and everything they made was just real, they were actors in their own things. But I don't think you need to do that again. I think you could do Muppets Haunted Mansion, but on the press thing for Muppets Haunted Mansion, which definitely should have featured Rizzo the Rat, but we'll get back to Rizzo the Rat because he was in one of my favourite gags in this film. Like, you have the Muppets go do interviews. For example, there's a sort of panel type thing here, I guess, called The Last Leg, which is hosted by, I can't remember his name, but he's only got one leg, and one of the comedians on it only has one leg, and it's kind of a funny gag. And like, they went on there when they were doing the Muppets show at the O2, which there are clips online for, and it's an amazing show. David Tennant's in it as the Doctor, and it's great fun.
Oh, nice.
But search that up. It's definitely worth a look. But you get those funny moments of, oh, the Muppets are real, when they're on those. Like, there's a moment, and I'm gonna stay as ungraphic as possible. They mention frogs tasting like chicken, and Miss Piggy confirmed it, having been with him for the best part of 50 years. And it's one of those that's
oh my gosh.
Okay, that's one of the funniest things the Muppets have ever done, and it's just so, it's like such a subtle, yeah, I know, I've been, and it's it's like a wink and a nod. Well, like, we can get that kind of element in real life. We don't need this office type thing, because we've got panel shows and we've got interview thing, and the Muppets can just go on those interview things as the Muppets and be the Muppets.
Exactly. Like
what if
they've
the
been
Muppets
doing
were actors?
that. They've been doing that from the beginning of the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like, with the Muppet Show and everything. And I mean, like, the first time, like, Kermit even appeared was just on, like some of the first times he appeared was just on other shows with Jim Henson, like, just bringing him on, like, talk shows and stuff. And
yeah, that's great.
Like, that's how the Muppets started. They had their movies and their, like, things, but then they also had, like, the Muppets Show, and they would appear for live stuff, and they would do all sorts of things like that, and they would be two separate things. And while I think Muppets 2011 was, like, a great thing in terms of, like, the movie, and it captured a lot of what makes the Muppets, it's weird that Disney is kind of like, the Muppets must be super self-aware that they are things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They pursued that element of Muppets 2011 instead of the charm, the humour, the songwriting. Like, the songs in that film, we've said already a couple of times, are incredible. And, like, that's what we want. We don't necessarily want this Muppets are real. Just have Walter show up in whatever, Muppets do Wizard of Oz, or Muppets, whatever you're going to do next, and just, oh, he's part of the Muppets now. And then maybe there's some interviews with Walter saying, oh, you're part of the Muppets now, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And, like, you don't need to have this office-style thing anymore.
Exactly.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We've done it. We've got the Muppets back together. They're known entities now. Let's bring them forward. Let's do more Muppets Christmas Carol. Let's do Muppets.
Yeah, like, make
the
them the
Easter
Muppets again. You brought them back. Now, like, do what the Muppets do.
Yeah.
Do you
maybe
have
do a Muppets holiday special.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any more?
Like, bring back the Muppet Show.
Do you have any more
great.
questions or anything about Muppets Most Wanted, either Robbie or Luke?
No.
I was going to ask what you guys thought of the climax of the movie, like the fact that it all kind of centers around this weird convoluted marriage plot.
Oh, it sucks.
Like, what you thought of the ending of the movie, essentially, is what I was going to ask.
Okay, I'll say what I liked.
All right.
I'll say what I liked, because there's not much. I like that. I like how Piggy resolved the stuff that was already super stupid, but the way she resolved the thing with the Kermit, where she asked both Kermits if they want to marry her, and you had the fake Kermit or Cursion, sure, and sort of jump straight to it, and then regular Kermit sort of dance around it but try, and her identifying that. I like that element of that.
Yeah, no, I thought that was actually pretty fun.
Now Micah can tell you everything that sucks.
Okay, so I really hate the ending of this movie, and that's pretty strong. Again, the entire thing, and I put this in a review, and like I said earlier, I think the ending of the movie, its heart starts to come through the most, and a little bit before the actual climax is when I think the heart of the movie actually starts to come through. You kind of feel the warmth of maybe this is the Muppets, but they kind of take something that already wasn't working very well, the whole Constantine being mistaken as Kermit bit, and I mean we talked about how that doesn't really work throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And then they kind of like put a nail in the coffin with this weird conclusion of the thief bit that doesn't make any sense already, because why do they even want to steal the crown jewels, and who is this guy that they had to track down? Like why does the amulet open up the cave? Why was the map on the back of none of it is explained. So you have that, and you have all of these weird convoluted plots coming together, and they do a decent job in the actual wedding scene itself. It just already feels like it shouldn't be happening. And then we go outside, and then just like out of nowhere, Ricky's like, I'm the lemur, and you're like, wow, is that gonna be the weird climax of the movie? And then nope, he gets punched out, and then like they get the weird climax of Miss Piggy being just like, oh, he's the world's deadliest frog, but he's still just a frog, and beats him in 2 seconds. And then when they land, Tina Fey shows up, and she's like, you're under arrest, Kermit. And then
Where'd she come from?
And then they're like, well, no, we're all going. And then she's like, okay, well, I guess you're good to go. And like that's how absolutely insane this climax is in terms of nothing making sense.
That's so dumb. They should have all been arrested there and then. And like,
no, I would have loved the
Walter
ending to be all like for all of them to be arrested in the end.
I was really hoping that they would all get arrested.
Thing is, I remembered that the last song was from jail, so I was assuming, sooner or later she's just going to turn around and go, okay then. We'll arrest you all. And especially when Foz, I think the first two were Walter, then Fozzie, and those two helped in the escape anyway.
Exactly, they actually should be arrested.
So if you stop there and then it's like, right, yeah, you all deserve to be arrested. Hey, if that's what it takes to lock up them, yeah, let's arrest them all. And then in whatever the next Muppet thing would be, ideally it wouldn't be ABC's the Muppets. Putting ABC's and then ... the thing. It's the worst thing you can do to a show. ABC's the Muppets, ABC's the Inhumans, ABC's the something else is probably bad. But like the next thing could just sort of have it, oh wow, it's lucky we escaped prison. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's how loosely the Muppets plays with their canon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think it would have been at least some form of like fun ending, but instead they do this weird thing where all of the individual plot threads don't end. They kind of stream off into each other. So like imagine like you have a bunch of threads sitting next to each other. You have a line of threads sitting next to each other. These are your story threads. Now in the end, you might want to tie them all into each other, like in a little beautiful knot. But instead, this movie kind of pushes one over into the other, and then pushes that one into another one, and then pushes that one into another one, and it kind of just all streams out.
You know when you're very little and you can't really tie knots, but you have to tie these like 3 bits of string together, and you kind of mush them together, you wrap them around a bit, but then but realistically they're not held together by anything. They're just sort of held together by gravity, and like, you take away gravity, those are just floating apart. It's just that it's like they're not mushed together, but they're not really connected in any way. They're just they're just kind of touching in a way they're not connected at all. Really, it's just dumb.
Yeah, I mean, take the Kermit getting arrested plot, like not anything to do with Constantine. Take Kermit in prison. So it kind of seemed like for 2 seconds they were gonna pull like a Paddington 2, and in fact Robbie made the joke. Robbie was like, "It's exactly like Paddington 2."
Yes.
And then they again.
Yeah, I
that could have been a whole movie.
Look at it, Paddington 2 first.
Exactly.
It could have been an entire movie. Like almost every individual plot here could have been an entire movie. Like the whole treasure thing, theoretically, just do some reworking, could have been an entire movie.
There's 3 different films in this that all could have been very good Muppet
could have
films.
been an entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just so weird
sucks.
that like all of this happens and that the songs are kind of mediocre and it kind of just dances around everything. And you get exactly what it is, a 3-star movie.
Yeah, I think I was going to bring that up as like one of the biggest problems I have with it, if not the biggest problem this movie has, is I think there's just way too much plot here for A, a Muppets movie, and B, like to just try and fit together in one cohesive movie that's not like super long. Because a lot, like, there's so many plot threads, there's so many characters. It's a giant ensemble cast because it's a Muppets movie, and I just don't think it comes together nearly as well as it could have. I think the screenplay needed a few more drafts. Some stuff needed to be cut or just cut down. But I mean, what is there still has a lot of comedic brilliance to it at times. I think Constantine's still a lot of fun a lot of the time. Not all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's weird. It's a weird movie. An odd movie.
I've got a suggestion for what we do next. So as the next topic of conversation. I'm just gonna pick out some lyrics of We're Doing a Sequel and just sort of how they aged and some of the good and some of the it's all good, so yeah.
Yeah, go for it. We've kind of wrapped up the main movie discussion. So if you want to hop into something a bit more off topic, go for it.
It's not really off topic. It's just kind of a different angle on this one thing.
Yeah.
Let me just find Discord again. So bloody blah. We're doing a sequel to the. Everyone knows the sequel's never quite as good. It's never ever as good. All of this film's learning. Empire is worse than A New Hope.
Whoa, okay, but no. I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree, Luke.
A New Hope is my least favorite of the original trilogy.
The fight scene on Hoth is a tragedy of filmmaking. Of writing, sorry, not filmmaking, it's well made. So, but
A New Hope is the worst one out of the original trilogy.
It's not. New Hope is beyond the best. But and then Spider-Man 2 is like a chunk worse than Spider-Man 1, but they're both terrible. Watch Blessed Southpaw's video on Spider-Man 2.
Luke, you keep contradicting my taste in movies.
TLJ bad, deal with it.
No.
TFA worse though.
No.
Actually, that's that's the one occasion where TLJ bad, but TFA worse. Anyway, that's that one. So. What am I looking for? Another feature attraction, place to please, like that. That's a nice line. Pork, big orc. Nice. There's no need to disguise. The studio considers us a viable franchise.
I love that line so much.
And how badly it has aged.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How hard can it be? We can't do any worse than The Godfather 3. I'm not going to be the one to say it, but we're doing a sequel. The studio wants more while they wait for Tom Hanks to do Toy Story 4. Like a year after this came out, they greenlit Toy Story 4 with Tom Hanks. And then the Muppets died, so that aged really badly.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I thought it was no. Until the credits roll, we've got another go to show. Then we can do it all again. What? Something bad word, very bad word. We're doing a sequel. Let's give it a go with Hollywood stars and more one-liner cameos.
There's
I
so
like
many in this
cameos.
movie. Yeah, I think they're fun.
Okay, but Saoirse Ronan's one-liner cameo is just like she's just like "stop it" or something, and that's lame.
Yeah,
I wanted her to like say something.
Micah.
she's being interrupted by like
I just want
jackhammers.
Jason Segel, okay? Just give me Jason Segel. You got a line of Saoirse Ronan. I got nothing. The thing is, you also so you got Amy Adams in Muppets 2011, and I got Jason Segel. It's actually Jason Segel, but I've got so used to calling him Jason Segel that it's but whatever.
Yeah.
So also I like How I Met Your Mother because I'm stupid like that. Something like that. But for this film, when you're watching this film, when you watch the last one, you didn't have a girlfriend, but you do now. So you get a line of Saoirse Ronan and you've got a girlfriend. I get nothing. Nothing, Micah. Nothing.
Hey, don't worry. I get to sit in the theater watching Black Widow and annoy my girlfriend by saying it's Florence Pugh, but like 30 times. That's good fun. Florence Pugh is hot.
Like top 5%, top 2%, top percent.
But honestly, Luke, she's also a very talented actress.
Exactly.
Not in Black Widow. She's not.
I mean, I haven't seen Black Widow yet, so I couldn't comment.
She is the best performance in Black Widow.
But that says more about the performances in Black Widow than anything else.
Shout out to Jermaine Clement in this movie too. We got some more Jermaine activity.
Right, Jermaine Clement was here.
I love him in this.
Is he the hobo guy?
No, he's one of the
main
members.
prisoners. One of the main prisoners in the Gulag. He voices. I was about to say he voices Tamatoa in Moana.
Oh hey. Oh okay. I've just remembered something. Before we get back to dialogue, lines from the song, because I'm about to get to the funny bit. I planned a joke, and if it doesn't land, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. A guy from Paddington was in this.
Yes.
As part of the press.
Mr. Brown is here.
And I love him.
Yeah,
I wish he was in more things.
I was so excited because I was like, I had made the Paddington 2 joke earlier, and then he showed up in the movie. I was like, yo, what is going on now?
I saw him, and then I glanced away, and then I went, wait, no, is that? No, surely not. Wow, it's that guy. It's the guy who's a great actor, and I wish was in more kids stuff.
Hugh Bonneville. That's who he is.
That's his name. He's amazing. I do too. Okay, so now we get to my favorite bit. Of the song, because this is when I get to make funny.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so we're doing a sequel. Let's give it a shot. All we need now is a half-decent plot, and I'm going to pitch to you why every single one of these plots is actually in this film.
Do it.
Okay, I got it. So, first one, an epic love story between a very handsome, long-nosed bubble thing and a beautiful chicken. They're both in the film, so
True.
That counts. So,
yeah.
It's about getting the Muppets. It's about getting the Muppets back together again to stop an evil oil baron from demolishing the old studio. Why did my throat's hurting. So there's that, and they reference that so much it's basically part of the plot. how about one of those fish out of water movies? Kermit in prison.
Ooh. True.
See, that's the first one that has anything to it. It's about a frog who marries a beautiful, perfect pig, and they have to kiss each other a lot. Well, that happens, kind of. There was a wedding.
Yeah.
There was a wedding. She kisses him a lot.
Okay, but Luke, how are you gonna get around the Seventh Seal reference?
Yeah, there's a reference to Ingmar Bergman's Seventh Seal in this opening number that I was not expecting.
That's the Swedish chef, right?
Yeah.
That's the next one. See, it doesn't show me the subtitles to this, but it says something about existential crisis and stuff, right? That's what it says.
Yeah.
And so, Micah, you're one of those pretentiousists. A video essay pretentiousist.
Yeah.
That lot are always great at getting that kind of thing out of anything. So, Micah, I'll let you figure that one out.
I gotta delve it. Okay, give me 3 months and a 9-hour video, and I will delve into the secret meaning behind.
Genuinely would watch that.
That would be great.
If you had chance. If there was actually substance to it, that'd be a great video.
I spent 9 hours figuring out that there is no substance.
And then the next one, how about a movie where you don't make a movie and we all get to go home early? That's actually a meta joke on all of the people in the audience when you get to like 3 songs in and they're all just so boring and they all want to go home early. So that's a meta-textual reference.
Wow. I didn't expect so many layers.
Okay, and then it's about a lonely dog, and one night he sees something he never should have seen, and he has to live with a terrible secret. That sounds dark, Rolf. Okay, so this one is when he's not a dog, but he may as well be. Walter catches.
Walter might as well be a dog.
Could be replaced by one you wouldn't notice. When he sees Constantine doing the evil. He sees the lemur doing evil things. And then he doesn't have to live with it, but he kind of does for like 5 minutes, and no one believes him. So he kind of just that you can get something out of that.
There we go.
And then one more. Kermit, how about the Muppets go on a world tour? They kind of go on a European tour, like it's not really a world tour.
Wait, no, they go to Russia in the end. So that's more than just Europe.
But a chunk of Russia's in Europe. And I'm pretty sure the place they go in Russia is in Europe. So they actually do a European tour.
Dang
and not actually it's a world tour. Like that's the one that has the least substance to it, my guys. It's the one that they actually go
the actual plot of the movie is the one that actually isn't the plot of the movie.
Luke, the amount of mental gymnastics that you have just performed is staggering.
It was beautiful. Better than the movie.
My head can now tense its own nipples. I don't know why I said that one. It's done so much. I don't know. I'm gonna stop there. Is there any more? Let's give it a name. How about the Muppets again? It's the Muppets again with the Muppets again. It's the Muppets again. That should have been the title of this film.
It really should have.
According to IMDb's trivia, it actually was originally the working title of the film, and then they changed it to Muppets Most Wanted.
It should have been Muppets again, man.
Yeah, it was going to be Muppets ... again.
Sound that good?
Yeah, really.
But then they could market it as a mystery. It was all for marketing, I swear.
I wouldn't doubt it, honestly.
Oh no, I forgot to do my Kermit impression. I'm sure we'll loop around. What else do you want to talk about? What else do you want to say? What more the things want to happen?
I didn't have too much else to add to the movie, actually. We've covered a lot of the main problems I have with it. We've covered a lot of the things that I actually enjoy a lot about it. I was actually thinking maybe we'll wrap it up. We're hitting like the 50-minute mark now. So unless there's something else you want to add.
No, I think we've covered most everything that I have to say about it. It's still pretty good. It's still pretty charming. Like all of the characters that I like out of this that are actually characters, like Walter's still fun. Kermit's not terrible. Like it's still a fun movie. It's just not very good.
Yeah.
Hey, did you like the little detail about one of the pig one from the Muppets was in the prison?
Yes, I loved that.
Yes.
The Muppets.
Oh my gosh.
We need more Muppets content.
They should have made the sequel about the Muppets.
There we go. It could have been about the Muppets. We were robbed.
Ricky Gervais joins the Muppets.
Yeah. And so does Constantine.
Yeah, Constantine and Ricky Gervais join the Muppets. That's the movie.
Oh,
That should have been the
there was
post-credit scene.
There was a gag I wanted to mention, and it's the one where Constantine is explaining that Fozzie and Walter left, and they're going, "Really, Walter? No one would believe that." And then I feel like this is actually a jab at the 2011 Muppets. I really hope it wasn't. Where they go, well, Walter, Walter shouldn't have been in it to begin with. He took the place of some. He potentially took the place of some other old beloved Muppets characters. And then it's Rizzo the Rat, who absolutely should have the role of Pepe the Shrimp. I hate Pepe the Shrimp. Pepe the Shrimp can burn.
He's a king. He's a king prawn.
He's a king
Luke.
prawn, Luke. You can't. King prawn. Though I do love Rizzo, and I mean prime Rizzo content.
The same when it's in my stomach.
Prime Rizzo content, in my opinion, is Muppets Treasure Island.
True.
So good.
Christmas Carol.
That's
Christmas
true
Carol.
too.
Man, Christmas Carol and Treasure Island are so good.
Yeah.
That was like peak Muppets though.
Christmas Carol is peak Muppets, I think. Like Christmas Carol and then 2011, that space where there's nothing, but it starts and ends with the two best Muppet films, and that's what you want.
Yeah, one of these days, we're gonna watch the original Muppets movie, and we might have you on again for that because we haven't seen the original one yet.
I think I've seen most of it, but
I've never seen it before.
I haven't in the best part of a decade, so yeah, that would be fun. Oh, I'm old. I'm old.
There we go, Luke. We have a potential sequel to this very episode now.
We're doing a sequel.
But this was the sequel to an episode that happened 2 years ago.
That's true. That's very true.
We're doing a trilogy.
It's going to be a trilogy now.
Actually, we're going to devolve into doing just every piece of Muppets media out there. We're going to do Muppets Treasure Island. We're going to do...
Okay, that's fine. I'll be back January 38th when they do Doctor Who versus the Big Fart Cloud. and the Crystalmans and the Sontarans and the Weeping Angel, that one Weeping Angel, and Dan and the dog guy, the furry.
Why are there so many characters in modern Doctor Who, man?
All of these were introduced this episode.
In one episode.
And then rip off Killmonger, who just has Killmonger's haircut, facial hair, same race, same outfit, but isn't Killmonger. And then you also got Yaz, who after 2 seasons still doesn't have a character, and this Doctor who after 2 seasons still doesn't have a flipping character. And then, so we've got to give character to these 2 established people, but we've already given more character to the one guy that got established in this episode, Dan, who's great because he's played by John Bishop. Then we have in 2 seasons of our lead because we hate the show. Sorry, what was it, Muppets? I'll be back on in December when they review After Christmas. And I've said it now, so it has to happen.
Yeah,
just
no,
like we'll
I'm actually looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that,
You
man.
know, it's gonna happen, just like Robbie offering me to be the host.
Exactly. There's just as much probability, Luke. Flip a coin, that's how probable it is. 50-50.
Wait, that was 50-50, really? I didn't hear a wink at that. The only person keeping that idea alive, and kept that idea alive for like a year, and has been keeping it alive for the last year since we did whatever the one we did at the beginning of this year was, not WandaVision, one before that. I'm the only one that keeps mentioning it. I'm the one that will keep reminding you until I am the host of Recently Logged, okay? Yeah, you hear that? I will be the host. I will take it from you.
He will soon.
I'm like Kermit. He's like the Ricky Gervais of Recently Logged, and I am Kermit.
Luke will give us what we want.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. I just need to go on Google Kermit onesie.
Aw, yeah.
Okay,
we'll have to tweet out a Kermit onesie whenever this video goes out.
Here's the thing, Luke. If you fly to America and roll up at our door in a Kermit onesie, you will have all legal right to all properties recently logged.
Oh, but it's like a grander flight. It's grand for a flight. It's so expensive. No,
plus you gotta pay for the Kermit onesie.
They don't. There's none official, so I'm gonna have to pay £100 one off Frugo. Which is just. But what about when Robbie shows up on my doorstep whenever he does that trip that he's been talking about for 2 years?
My graduation trip is falling to pieces.
You're coming here, or you're gonna die trying.
Exactly.
Look, okay.
No, but does that mean he gets the rights to off the mark or super?
Yes.
You get one of the 3 dead podcasts I have. You can have one of Recently Logged, Super Friends of Media, which is actually dead now. I can confirm Super Friends of Media, me and Cap are not friends anymore, so that's fun.
There you go.
And Bottom of the Barrel podcast. Take your pick.
Okay, but Luke, Walmart here in the good old US of A sells an official Kermit the Frog onesie for
what?
For $56. You can order it from Walmart.
Walmart.com, baby.
And it looks like off-brand Tom Cruise is wearing it as the model.
That's weird. Yeah. What? Oh, but Luke, before I get off track again, you mentioned Off the Mark earlier. Is there something you want to plug here at the end for the people of Recently Logged to go check out? Any project or anything like that? No?
I don't have anything. TBD Food has been put back because I can't figure a flipping name because TBD Food has already been taken.
That's half the struggle.
Like crap.
That is half the struggle.
That's like 75% of the struggle for me. Just any name. I've got a plan for again, I'm calling it TBD Food for now because it's TBD, for a TBD Food podcast, and Robbie's going to be the first person on it, and he doesn't even know that yet.
Well, I know now, Luke. I have been educated.
And then Mike will be on eventually, but he's too busy with his other relations.
Wow.
Listen, man, I'm running a YouTube channel. I've got a job. I've got theater. I got a lot of stuff going on.
You don't have to rub it in.
I've got
school.
all I've got is a full-time job that pays me pennies.
But Luke, you get to create delicious confections in your job, at least.
Yeah, I do make confections. I make beautiful confections. But Micah has a social life. Micah has things. I just want one friend. You know, I'd rather have one girlfriend than like 50 friends. I can deal with the friends I've got, but I'm so bloody lonely.
I can relate to that, Luke. I can relate to that.
Oh wait, Robbie, you can be my girlfriend.
There you go. Unofficial girlfriend of Luke.
No, it's official or death.
Update my Facebook status to in a relationship. Yikes. Oh man, I always forget. Why is that always my first train of thought when I think of like getting into a relationship?
Facebook status.
I hate that.
No. I would pay you actual money to change your Twitter. No, to change your Twitter bio to at Luke14509's girlfriend.
Don't tempt me, Luke.
Do it. I'm gonna refresh your Twitter account until you do it.
You may be waiting a while, Luke. I've got other stuff to do today. But yeah, unless there's something else you want to add here at the end, I'm gonna call that an episode for Muppets Most Wanted, I think.
Hey,
what do you say?
Are you gonna record the rest? Are you gonna record the rest now?
No, we
don't really have time.
No, we don't have time today, unfortunately. But
I was hoping that I could just sit there and listen while I go on your Twitter account and inspect Element your bio.
Yeah, I wish we could, but we got to get going here in the next few minutes, actually. So
Yeah.
it was fun though. It was nice having you on again, Luke. I once again apologize for not having you on again.
Yeah, I'll be back in December, then I'll be back in January, and I'll be back in February. I'm making it my mission because I don't have one anymore.
Once a month.
So
that would be great. Yeah. Honestly, I just suck so bad at scheduling, and the time zone only complicates it. But yeah, it's nice. It was great having you on. I guess since you don't really have anything to plug, all of the links to Luke's social stuff will be in the description of this episode. At least the stuff that he tells me to link to. At the moment, I think I have your Letterboxd down there and your Twitter, so at the very least, those will be in there. But thank you for being on, and we're going to move on to the next segment. Oh, what is it, Luke?
I watched Last Night in Soho. It covers very, very touchy subjects, but if you want to feel like you're having a 2-hour-long panic attack, it's definitely a film to watch. I mean, it reminded me of, genuinely, from minute 20 onwards, it just felt like a panic attack. It felt like being inside my own head, and I spend enough time inside my own head, but it's incredible. Do go watch. It's a bit reliant on some stupid stuff to get the plot going, and actually the plot is based on I'm gonna have to downgrade that to a 3.5. Never mind. Watch it. It's better than this.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. But yeah, thanks for being on, and we'll see our audience in the next segment.
Bye.
Goodbye, Luke.
And we're now in the next segment.
If you can even believe it.
All right, so where are we starting from for like what was our last episode?
Wait, you didn't check?
No, this is your job.
Okay, I'm checking right now, my good stall.
So for those of you who don't know, the What We Watched segment is a quick little segment where we talk about all of the things we watched in between the last episodes. We talk about our ratings and brief thoughts on the stuff. That's about it. So this came out when? When did it release?
November
1st. So we're going from the 1st. Easy enough.
All right.
So just everything we've watched in November up till now.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. So let's hop into it. What did you watch?
On the 1st of November?
On the 1st of November.
I watched, or rather rewatched, Hubie Halloween.
I have that as the 31st of October.
Well, we finished it past midnight, so I'm counting it.
Well, then how did mine get on the 31st?
I don't know. Maybe you logged it beforehand. That happens.
If you say so.
But yes,
Hubie Halloween. We did it on the podcast
on
last year, I think.
Yes.
Because that's when it came out.
Yeah.
And we just wanted a fun, stupid Halloween movie, and this fit it pretty perfectly. Like, it was late, and we wanted something to cap off our Halloween. So we went with Hubie Halloween.
Who would have thought that a movie called Hubie Halloween would be good to cap off Halloween?
And it's still pretty awful, but still pretty good at the same time.
I think it's pretty great.
I gave it 3 stars.
I gave it a 3.5.
Then after that, I rewatched Bernie, and Robbie watched it for the first time.
Like we watched it separately, Mike.
Bernie Linklater Richard.
Yes, Richard Linklater, my boy.
Which fun fact we learned on this viewing, Richard Linklater lived with Bernie for like a year.
The man.
Before making, the actual real life Bernie, before making this movie.
Wild
before he went back to prison.
Wow, spoilers for Bernie, Mike.
It's a real life story. You can't spoil.
Wow. But yeah, Bernie was really good. Surprisingly good.
Yeah, I think I felt about the same on a rewatch for it. It's very fun. It's very, it does a really good job conveying what it wants to, but I still just don't get a whole lot, personally out of it.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I think it's pretty great. It's not as good as, School of Rock, which I think is the only other Linklater film I've seen.
Yeah.
But it is good.
And
I
the
liked
performances, great. Jack Black needs to be in more movies.
Jack Black is a killer actor, man.
He's so good, and he gets so much hate. I gave it 4 stars.
I also gave it 4 stars.
Zen, what did you watch?
What did I watch?
What did you watch?
I watched Bunny Lake is Missing, an Otto Preminger film.
Which we'll talk about in a bit.
Yes, indeed.
Then we watched House on Haunted Hill.
Indeed.
A rewatch of the 59 one.
1959, directed by William Castle, baby.
With Vincent Price.
My review for the movie is Vincent Price skeleton, so I think that's pretty good.
It's surprisingly fun for I don't know. A lot of old horror movies.
I think it's great, man.
Do a really weird thing where they're just they're trying to be creepy and then fail at being creepy and are kind of boring. But this one it's not the most creepy, but it's really fun.
It's vaguely creepy and also really fun to watch. So
exactly.
I think it's pretty great.
I gave it 3.5 stars.
I gave it 4. I would definitely recommend it.
Then we watched Alvin and the Chipmunks.
I watched the first half of Alvin and the Chipmunks.
This was a rewatch for me. I hadn't seen it in it's pretty much since it came out, and I just was in an Alvin and the Chipmunks mood.
Micah, this came out the same year as There Will Be Blood.
Yes, it did.
I don't know how I feel about that.
And we all know it was winning in cinemas.
Wow.
Alvin and the Chipmunks is a train wreck of a masterpiece. There's something about it. It's so bad. It's the epitome of those CGI live action movies, and this is the best one. I kid you not. There may be better ones, but this is the best one. And this isn't including Paddington or anything like that. This is including those weird
the 2000s ones.
Hop and even Peter Rabbit and stuff like that. Just the really weird why was this made? This is the best one.
Okay. Well, I mean, I've only seen Chipwrecked in this, so I need to watch the rest of the series, I guess, so I can tell you which one the best one is.
I gave it 2 stars.
I also gave it 2 stars. I finished the movie after I got back from recording on my iPad, so I don't know what to say about the experience.
Then we watched Free Guy for the first time.
Yeah, Sean Levy's Free Guy,
which I wrote a pretty long review on. You can check that out at what is my ad on Letterboxd?
Games_things is your ad on.
Yeah, or just Micah.
Just search Micah.
I'm the guy with the rat.
Wow. My review was just fun ideas at play, just not as much meat as I was hoping for.
Yeah.
That's essentially my critique of the movie.
Especially with me being as big into video games as I am, I was really kind of bummed out at as cool of a theoretical concept as this is on multiple levels. There are multiple different ideas in here that you could play with in a really cool way.
Fun ideas.
And the movie's fun. It's fine.
It's just not as substantial as I was hoping it would be.
It's exactly, it's doing exactly to just be the most digestible, fun movie you could think of, and that's fine.
Yeah, I gave it a 6 out of 10, or 3 stars.
I similarly gave it 3 stars.
Well, there you go.
Then what did you watch, Remy?
Then I hopped on Discord with Luke and watched Doctor Who: The Halloween Apocalypse, which was really bad. Just kind of, it's bad. I'm a little sorry for anyone who has to, is drudging through the newest season of Doctor Who, because all indications point to it being not very fun to watch. I gave it a 4 out of 10 though. And
2 stars.
Yeah, 2 stars. And then we also watched Blackadder's Christmas Carol, which is Blackadder's an old British comedy like sketch show. It's really fun. It's all about Rowan Atkinson's character like realizing that greed is a path to a happier life.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
actually.
it's like the anti-Christmas Carol. It's pretty fun.
That's cool.
Yeah, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Good stuff.
Nice.
And then I also watched. Wow,
You watched
I didn't watch this one with Luke. After I got off the call with Luke, I was working on some stuff, and then we turned on Woody Allen's The Purple Rose of Cairo, which is a really weird movie, and it's really weird.
Woody Allen.
I'm beginning to wonder if all Woody Allen movies have like this vaguely supernatural premise that goes kind of unexplained. Is that a thing? I don't know.
I don't know. Woody Allen's a weird guy.
Midnight in Paris had it. This had it. But those are the only two Woody Allen films I've seen. It was good though. It had, again, fun ideas, just not as emotionally impactful as I was hoping it would be. I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Then we watched Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Temple of Doom.
Still fun. Still, I think, one of the messiest of the Indiana Jones movies.
Easily the messiest.
Not including Crystal Skull
of the original trilogy.
I don't include Crystal Skull. It's got a touch of the racism.
A touch of the racism.
I think a lot, but it is one of the most, I think, impressive movies from just an overall film standpoint that Spielberg has ever done.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a massive set piece of a movie.
Yeah, I was about to say the set pieces here are phenomenal. Some of the best in the franchise. So
it's really impressive in some ways, really weird in other ways, and comes in to just be a pretty fun movie. I gave it a 3.5.
I said in my review, when it comes to opening set pieces, this has to have one of the best of all time.
Anything goes.
And that Anything Goes opening set piece is phenomenal.
Literally.
I would give it an 11 out of 10 if I could.
Yeah, the Anything Goes opening set piece is honestly one of the best things in any of the Indiana Jones movies. The rest of the movie just doesn't follow suit as much.
No, it doesn't. But I gave it an 8 out of 10. I think it's pretty great.
Then we watched Millennium Actress. It was a rewatch for me. They added it on YouTube with like a good
free with
subtitle.
Ads. Yeah, my boys. Yeah, it was my first time watching a Satoshi Kon movie.
Satoshi Kon is a genius.
He's famous animator.
He's literally a genius. I will take no other comment.
Millennium Actress. I gave it a 10 out of 10 just for reference. It's great. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
I will comment on a rewatch. It worked a lot better for me. I think I talked about it last time when I first watched it. And technically, this thing is an absolute marvel. Mm-hmm. But it didn't really connect with me so much on a first watch. But on a rewatch, I think it works a lot better in general.
The way it weaves,
I really loved it.
The way it weaves its emotional, narrative is really brilliant.
I also gave it 5 stars.
I really admire it. The fact that this is supposedly one of his weaker films, and I think it's just about perfect, I'm very much looking forward to visiting more of his stuff.
Then we watched Bunny Lake is Missing.
Bunny Lake?
Watched it with me this time.
Yeah, rewatch, baby, for me.
So crazy that this is a 60s movie.
It's so, oh my gosh.
The filmmaking is so, good.
It's got such a good kineticism to it.
Yeah, not to say that obviously there's a lot of really good 60s movies and older
that do it.
But just this movie has something that was so ahead of its time in it, just from a camera standpoint even.
Yeah, it feels so modern for how old it is.
It's very impressive. The story is pretty fun. It was a story I was pretty worried about, but they do a pretty decent job because I just don't like stories like this typically. They do a pretty decent job with it. Yeah, it still kind of is weird to me that most old horror movies deal with mental illness in not a great way.
Yeah,
and this one unfortunately still has that. But
yeah, that's honestly my biggest That's probably mostly the reason I wouldn't turn it on again. But other than that, I think it's great, phenomenal. Yeah. I gave it a 9 out of 10.
I gave it a 9 out of 10, or a 4.5.
There you go.
Then we watched Return to Oz for the first time.
Yeah, Return to Oz.
Very spooky.
1985, baby. What a time to be alive.
Very weird that it's a random Disney movie.
Yeah.
Chicken. Jack's here.
Yeah, Jack was cool. I liked him.
It's very weird. I don't know. We'd have to go into this pretty in depth to talk about just how weird this is.
I feel like we could do an episode on Return to Oz.
Oh, for sure.
It's a weird movie, man.
I gave it, I think 3.5.
I gave it a 3.5 too.
3.5.
From a production standpoint, I think it's very, very cool. From a screenplay standpoint, I think it's not as cool.
Yeah, it's very cool, but it's just fun.
Yeah.
On the whole.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie.
On the 6th, I watched Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Harry Potter.
It was like Harry
We did
Potter.
an episode on it.
November is just Harry Potter time. I will stand by that.
Well, there you go.
And also Knives Out time.
True.
So I'll be continuing watching these
And Over
in
the
my
Garden
free
Wall,
time.
Micah.
No, that was October.
Oh, my mistake.
But yeah, I give it 3.5. It's still got such a tangible atmosphere, and it's still such a brilliant start out to the series, but I'm still just not that big of a fan of it overall.
Fair.
Then we watched Muppets Most Wanted, which we just talked about it.
We just talked about it for like an hour.
Then we watched Psycho.
Alfred Hitchcock's best.
No.
Maybe.
Wrong.
I think Vertigo's his best movie.
Also wrong.
But wait, what do you think is his best? Rear Window,
Rear
probably.
Window.
That's that's always third though. It's Vertigo, Psycho, Rear Window.
No, it's Rear Window. Like Dial M for Murder or something.
Whoa.
Psycho, Strangers on a Train, a couple others, Vertigo,
Wow.
a couple others, The Birds.
You have to sprinkle Vertigo in that low.
Yes.
Micah, you need to watch Vertigo again. You've only seen it one time.
All right, well, Psycho is a masterpiece. We're going pretty long.
Yeah, Psycho is phenomenal.
I just don't like it that much personally, and
It's so
it
good.
starts some not great trends in Hollywood.
Well, yes, it did, but it also was a landmark horror film that is still phenomenal and still makes me squirm quite a few times throughout the runtime.
I give it 4.5.
I gave
out of
it
5.
a 10 out of 10, baby. Perfect score.
Then just last night we watched I'm Going to Fix It, Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph, baby.
Which is surprisingly good, but still kind of flawed in a lot of ways.
The John C. Reilly movie.
John C. Reilly does a great job. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Wreck-It Ralph, and I don't know why.
Bro, I almost put as my Letterboxd review, I just wouldn't shut up about talking about Speed Racer the entire time.
The moment I mentioned Speed Racer when it came to racing, Robbie just kept talking about Speed Racer.
Because Speed Racer is amazing and phenomenal.
And we came to the conclusion, because we were watching this with my girlfriend, that we need to show her Speed Racer because she hasn't seen it.
I always forget how much Jane Lynch actually looks like Callahan in the movie.
No, she looks just exactly. It's literally just her. I guarantee.
That's
They
funny.
had to have based the model off of her.
Well, yeah.
But it literally just looks like her.
It's funny. But yeah, Wreck-It Ralph is a solid film.
I give it 4
love
stars.
I also gave it a 4-star. 4 out of 5, baby.
But yeah, and that's what we watched.
There it is, people. This is probably our longest episode of the podcast.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so.
It's good. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
We've gone like over an hour and a half before, I think.
That's true.
But yeah, thanks for listening. It was awesome having Luke on. It's a shame scheduling makes it so hard, and we even had to like cut stuff short here and record this the next day because our schedules are crazy.
Yeah.
Next week, I think we have another guest planned, right?
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
We'll have Yossi on, Yossi Sloan. He's a director. You guys probably know him if you're familiar with me and Micah's social circles.
Yeah, and go check out his short film still.
Yeah, The Last Stand. We mentioned that a little while ago. But yeah, that guy's going to be on to talk about The Princess Bride more than likely next week.
Maybe. Fingers crossed.
If not, it'll be the week after.
Yeah,
So.
it's just scheduling working out. But thanks for listening, and go watch some good movies.
Go watch some bad movies, too.
Yeah, just watch all the movies.
Watch some movies.
Do it. Oh, also, I wanted to shout it out. I've been continuing watching Paranoia Agent, the TV-14 cut.
Satoshi Kon, baby.
Which is Satoshi Kon, and it's more like technically rough than some of his other work that I've seen bits of.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so good. I would suggest the TV-14 cut to people.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, very, very good.
All right, well, I guess go watch a Satoshi Kon movie too.
if you're old enough or have your parents' permission. Millennium Actress is pretty clean.
Yeah, Millennium Actress is pretty cool.
Go hit it up.
Yeah, do it. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
I double dog dare you.
Yeah, we're probably gonna go eat some lunch.
Yeah, I'm starving.
Go do your theater thing tonight, Micah.
No,
Oh wait, that's
I don't have
tomorrow
theater
night.
tonight.
That's tomorrow night. I'm slowly losing my perception of time, Micah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get food.
Okay, do it.
I'm starving.
Micah has walked out. He's betrayed the podcast for a ham sandwich.
I'm starving.